Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Coach Cherry Minas from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Leapformation. This coaching conversation is for individuals who are looking for the meaning of their lives, for the purpose of their lives, because they do not want where they are now. They ask, I believe, or they ask, there should be something better for me, right? And they go to a lot of seminars, they go to a lot of learning events because they're looking for that something. They're looking for the purpose, for the meaning of their lives. But the thing is, they won't implement in the end. So my mission is to help these individuals find that missing piece why they would always self-sabotage on the way to their own success. I would like to help them. My mission is to help them to find that missing piece so that they can unleash their superpowers so that they can put it into good use and use it into its maximum. So thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where in the world you are coming from today. Please do tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing with you for this session. You may also give some shout outs to people you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message. Maybe someone out there is waiting for that message, so send it away and tag them in this talk in the comments down below. If you're watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI-Connect. If you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. So, hello everyone. Hello again. How have you been? So, we've met last Tuesday, and if you have been following my sessions, we have been talking about science, what we've learned in biology, general science, biology, chemistry, and physics, and connecting it to real life. So for all those who said that this is not my cup of tea, science is not my cup of tea, it's okay. Stay and be amazed because have an open mind. Maybe in the past you have not learned this in the way you would want it to learn. You would want to learn it, but this time it's going to be easy because we're going to be relating it in life. So, do you know who Archimedes is? So tell me in the chat box below if you know Archimedes. So before I continue with this, let me introduce a little bit of myself. So I am Coach Sherminas, as I have mentioned in the opening of this talk. I am from Life Coach Philippines. I am also a chemical engineer, a licensed chemical engineer, and I graduated from St. Louis University in 2011. I passed the board in April of 2012. So I worked as a technical engineer with a local manufacturer of lubricants. So I was assigned in lubricants, and I was working with a big motorcycle company. And what I do is train people about lubricants. So that was my job during my first year, my first job ever. So my second job, I shifted into sales. So I was selling, and I'm still selling. I'm still with that company. For laboratory equipment and supplies. So still science and still chemistry and physics. So there. I'm a travel bug. Yes, I love to travel. Actually, my picture here is taken in Perth. I visited my cousin in Perth. So hello, Manang Jordan, if you're watching. Hello. So I am also a Master Builder Apprentice of Master Coach A, and we are now on our month one of our OJT. And month one is almost over. Like time flies. We would always say time flies. So how are you giving importance to your time? And since we are on our OJT, I am sharing in my timeline, in my page, I would always share this tribe that I am building. And as a tribe builder, we help you make your unstoppable dream come true. And the tribe that I am building, that I founded, is named the Delta FX Coaching Tribe. So delta is symbolized by a triangle. It's used in chemical equations. In chemical equations, it means heat. So if heat is released, if heat is there, then you can see a triangle as a symbol. And triangle in physics is means change. So in formulas, you remember that there's like triangle before the before a letter. So let's say triangle S for entropy. So that's it. And delta means transformation. And the reason why I founded and I am building this tribe is because I want to welcome people who wants transformation in their lives. So yeah, if you want to transform, if you want a better life, then come in, join me in this tribe. And if you are going to be transformed, you can also help other people for their transformation. If you are wanting to influence other people, influence your family, influence your kids, influence your siblings, and you are not being successful with it, ask yourself, have I transformed myself? So if you want that, if you want transformation, if you want to talk about transformation, join me inside the Delta FX Coaching Tribe. And our platform is our Facebook group. Find it, search it on Facebook, the Delta FX Coaching Tribe, and answer the questions so that I let you in. So my idea of building this tribe is this one. So if you watch X-Men, you know that there is Xavier School or X School down in Salem, New York, and in this fictional movie, and actually it was made into series, you know that these guys that you see here, they are mutants and they are being excluded in the family, in the community where they are, because they have superpowers and people call them weird. And yeah, and you know all well that in that school with Professor X, they have developed and they have learned to use their superpowers in and put them into good use. Because maybe you are one person that you know that you have something that you can contribute. You have wins in the past, but why is it that now that you're an adult, you are, you are the person who is distracting and disrupting and sabotaging yourself on the way to your own success? The signs of that would be, why is it that I'm succeeding? You do a lot of things from there, you try a lot of things, but why is it that you won't implement? You start something, you won't finish. So why is it that you do that? And yeah, I'm inviting you to join me in this community because I would like you to have a better life. And I know that you want a better life. So fight for that life. Join me for transformations inside the Delta FX Coaching Tribe. So yes, and since you are here, I would like to honor you, to honor your time. So while you are here, with anything that you will learn, I would like you to share it. I would like you to catch that thing that made you say, aha, that's it. Like you had a light bulb moment, then share it as well. Write it in your notebook, take a screenshot of it, and share it in with other people. Share it in your timeline, share it in your Facebook group, Facebook page, so that you can also bless other people. So there, I would like you to have your ROI or return of insight while being here learning with me. So yeah, again, I asked you who Archimedes is. Do you remember who Archimedes is? So if you remember, we've learned about his story in history. So I had a very good teacher before, Ma'am Sapanta. Hello, Ma'am Sapanta, who would actually tell us stories that aren't in the book. So you know that in history we have to have a lot of references, because this historian wrote something and this another historian wrote something, and you know that it's also the same in the Bible. You know that there's four gospels, and they have almost the same stories. So these guys, these historians write stories, and sometimes in one book, one story is not there. So our teacher would actually read a lot of books about history, about that topic, and relate to us that this is a story of this one guy that we know, the story of the hidden story of Alexander the Great, and Cleopatra, and people like them. So there. So yeah. So who is Archimedes? So yeah. So if you remember, Archimedes was the one who shouted, "Eureka, Eureka!" So there is the story of Archimedes. So um, Archimedes is the one who started uh, the idea of buoyancy, which we're going to talk about today. So buoyancy, what is buoyancy? Do you remember that? So let me give you the whole story of Archimedes. So Archimedes is actually a consultant of the king in Sicily. So now Sicily is part of Italy. It's an island, but he was there before, and he was consulted by the king, because the king asked to make a crown with pure gold. But you know what? There's a secret. Actually, you cannot make something like that, a crown with pure gold. Because yeah, you cannot make that into pure gold. There's something in it. So there. So that's just a secret. So that you know, I'm dabbling. But yeah. So he asked someone to make him a crown. Maybe he wants another crown, a new crown, and he asked someone to make him a crown. And when the crown was returned to him, was brought to him, the crown, the new crown was brought to him, he was suspicious. He said, "Oh, it's like it doesn't feel right. It's like something is not right. This is not all the gold that I gave you to make this crown." So he consulted Archimedes to resolve that, to resolve that thought in his mind. So of course Archimedes was thinking like, how can I solve that? How do I do that? And so one time he was taking a bath, and a bath meaning there's a bathtub. He was taking a bath, and and he was submerged in the bathtub, and he noticed that when he was submerged, the water overflowed when he went into the tub, into the bathtub. And then, tada! He shouted, "Eureka! Eureka!" And according to the story, he ran out of the street naked, going to the palace, going to the king, because he finally found the answer to what the king is consulting him about. So that is the source of the story. That is the source of our buoyancy, of why uh, we have ship. Why is it that the ship is floating in the sea? So things like that. What else? The seaplane, um, the hot air balloon, the dynamic buoyancy of the airplane. And there are a lot of applications aside from this. If you can think of that, then put them down on the chat box below. So there. So Archimedes' principle says that the upward buoyancy force is equal to the weight of the water displaced. So if you're going to see this picture, the first picture, number one, the weight of the object is equal to the volume of the water displaced. Okay, so Can you imagine that? Okay, so how about the second, to understand better, how about looking at the second picture? So buoyancy is the force that pushes the object up. So there's the mass of the object, and what we consider another thing, that there's gravity. The gravity is pushing it down, but there's the buoyancy force is pushing the object up. And what is included there, what you need to think about also is the mass of the object and the density of the fluid. So this buoyancy principle is applicable in any fluid. Fluid meaning liquid or gas. Liquid meaning not only water but also oil. What other liquids can you think of? So there. What other liquids can you think of? So put it there in the chat box. Okay, so yeah, exercise your brain. You know those things. So exercise your memory as well. So there. So as I've said, if you want to compute for the buoyancy force, what force is needed for the ship to stay afloat? Then you need to compute, you need the density of the salt water. So the buoyancy in salt water is different from the buoyancy in fresh water. So there. You need the volume. You need the volume of the water displaced and gravity, of course, because gravity is also another force that pulls down the object to the center of the earth. So yeah. So these are the factors that you need to consider when you want to know and you want to compute for the buoyancy force. So we need to know the buoyancy force for us to design a ship, this big ship, this cruise ship, whatever ship that you think of, for them not to sink at the bottom of the ocean. So there, do you remember this in high school or in college if you've studied this? So that is buoyancy. This is the reason why things float and things sink in any fluid. That includes liquid and gases. So there is your Archimedes principle. So what determines buoyancy? The downward force equal to weight of the object. So pag sinabing weight, kasali na dun yung gravity. So that's mass and gravity. And the upward force, that is equal to the weight of the water that the object displaces. So di ba pag, halimbawa flat, so halimbawa ito yung surface ng water. If you put madali lang yung water because it's visible that the liquid or the water that is being displaced, you can see it, right? Pag kasi gas or pag air, hindi mo siya makikita. So, if you put something on the water, di ba tataas yung water? So, yun yung water displaced. So, you have to measure that. Yan. So, yun yung ibig dyan sabihin. At yung density, kailangan mo ding malaman. How dense is the water? How dense is the liquid? How dense is the air? How dense is that gas? Okay? So, there are three types of buoyancy, and what are they? Number one is negatively buoyant. Pag sinabing negatively buoyant ka, you will sink, the object will sink. So, pwede ka mag-joke when you go to swimming. Di ba may mga tao hindi nakakapag-float? So, yan. Joke lang yun. Pero, iba din naman yung mechanism kung bakit ka nagsisink. So, there. And next is positively buoyant. If you are positively buoyant, the object will float. So, putting the ship in that area of the sea, if it floats, then it is positively buoyant. Pag neutrally buoyant, so meron din palang neutrally buoyant. So neutrally buoyant, it will neither sink, it will neither float. The object will remain suspended in mid-water. So, or mid-air. So there. So those are three types of buoyancy. So good to know, right? So because these are applications. Actually when you see these things, if you're related to life, you can see a lot of real life applications of this. Like I've said, Pag airplane, ang tawag doon dynamic buoyancy. Kasi habang dumadaan siya doon sa air or doon sa atmosphere, meron siyang nadi-displace na air. So maraming nangyayari. So meron din siyang lift doon sa kanyang wings, meron ding effect yung engine, and things like that. So maganda siyang pag-aralan. So yon. And then, yung another one is yung ship. Kapag ship kasi, kitang-kita mo yung pag-displace ng water. Di ba yung dinaanan niya? So, kapag you're in the sea or the ocean, makikita mo yung nadaanan niya na gaganon yung water, tapos babalik siya habang umaalis yung ship, di ba? Tapos, kapag dahil seawater yan, na-disturb siya, makita mo na may mga bula-bula kasi nga seawater siya. So, yun. So, kung ikaw ay nakasakay na sa ship, sa roro, sa barko, nakita mo na yun. Okay. So, my question to you now is, do you float or sink? Or are there times in your life when you feel like you're sinking, when you feel like you're afloat, you're okay, and when you feel like nasa gitna ka lang, you're just suspended, you are neutrally buoyant. So, now, my friend, what is your buoyancy now? Are you positively buoyant? Are you negatively buoyant? Or are you neutrally buoyant? So that is my question to you. So nasaan ka ngayon sa buhay mo? Are you floating? Are you sinking? Nandun ka ba sa bottom of the ocean floor? Or are you suspended? Nasa in between ka. So in our life, this could happen. So we call it, you're stuck in a rut, the first picture. Or yung number 2 is, okay, I'm suspended in the middle. I'm like going into the rut, or I can actually move out here upward so that I can float. And the next one is, you're in control. At the moment, you're floating, you're enjoying it, you can see what can happen, and your body or your face is above the water. So there. So which part, or which are you now? And have you experienced all of the three? And what was the emotion? Like when you are in a rut, in that first picture, what was the experience? What was the emotion? So I remember before I was in a rut and like, ugh, I don't like this feeling. Like, why am I feeling this one? So sometimes people would say that they are depressed, because you know that we use depress ako. We use the word depressed very, very lightly, especially in our culture. So people will just say, nakaka-depress, na-depress ako. But they are not meaning that they are clinically diagnosed of depression. So how about if you are in a rut? How did you feel? How do you feel when you're in a rut? So actually, being stuck in a rut, these are things that you feel when you are stuck in a rut. When you are there in the ocean floor, when you sunk, when you're sinking. Number 1 is, araw-araw, you don't look forward too much. Like, okay lang, whatever. I'm just going to work. I finish this, and that's it. Next, you'd like to get your creative juices flowing, but wala kang mas-squeeze na juice. Alam mo yun, you want to do something, but why is it that I'm not being creative now? I'm not being creative today. I don't like this feeling. Did you experience that? Or are you experiencing that? So even though you're checking all the things in your checklist, it doesn't feel like you're moving forward. It doesn't feel like you're getting things done. I did feel that. So maybe you say it's weird, but you can feel that. That means you're human. Next is your days blur together. Like, ano ba ngayon? Thursday? Tuesday? I don't even know what time is it now. What day is it now? You lost the count of the days, and you lost your days altogether. It blurs altogether. And by the time you get your free time, you are too tired to actually do something interesting. Like you always plan to do something interesting, and when your free time comes, the weekends comes, no work, you're just plain unmotivated, and you just sleep throughout the day. Like you plan to do something on Saturday and on a Sunday, but when you are there, you don't feel like doing something. You just stay in bed and watch Netflix, and you're like, oh, the day is over. What else? When people ask, how are you? You say, meh, mm, mm, with a shrug of your shoulder. Like, you imagine about getting away, and not just on a away on a vacation, but you imagine, "Ugh, what if I can just um, go to Pluto, go to Mars, and just leave this Earth?" Or you imagine, you know, sana maglaho na lang ako. Like, can I just pop like a bubble and like get lost? So, do you have that? Have you ever felt that? Have you ever imagined that? You'd like to add something new to your life, but you're stuck. You don't do it. But you have that. You have that idea that I want to do something, but you don't. You can't. You cannot push your self to move forward. You cannot carry your feet to do something. It's like your limbs are so heavy. You're getting sick of hearing yourself, I'm stressed, I'm feeling stressed, I'm tired, and unfulfilled. So sometimes other people are getting sick of us saying that, because they feel that you're bringing them down. But now you include yourself in the list of people who are, getting sick of hearing yourself saying those things. So do you experience that? Have you experienced that? And the number one reason that we have this, even though you think you'd be happier if you made a change, it's more comforting to stay the same and mope about it. Like this is so obvious. And the thing is, even if it's so obvious, you're so smart, why is it that you're not moving? Why is it that still you are not doing anything? Again, I repeat that because I know that a lot of people can resonate with this one. So even though you think that you'd be happier, you'd be better if you made a change in your life, if you made a change in your surroundings, it's more comforting to just wear your pajamas, stay the same, and mope about it. Di ba? Hindi ka ba nakontento, nag-mope ka ba about it? So, have you experienced these things? You are not alone. I've been there. So, what's the one big thing that is causing you to do this? According to study from research, you have low confidence on yourself. So, I would say that self confidence is fluctuating. You are not born with it. You do something and you gain it. Okay, so these things happen to you if you have low confidence. Even before you do something, you do what you wanted to do, you go to your boss and present your project. Even before you lift that, or di naman na tayo masyadong malandline ngayon. So, even before you call, you dial or you push the call button in your phone to call a client, your mind is busy thinking what could go astray. What if? Paano kapag? And then you end up doubting your ability. Did you have this experience? You actually are rehearsing potential disasters rather than thinking of your success in developing confident solutions to roadblocks or challenges. You have like scene in your mind already. You're running a movie in your mind that this could go wrong. Have you experienced that? And even more, your confidence get down, down, down. Your confidence is sinking. You have a very low confidence. So, what could we do if we experience this? Like when you are in a rut, what can you do? So, these are the things that these are my tips on what you can do if you are sinking, if you are there in the ocean floor. How can you get out of the rut? So, um, I hope you are relating to this. What are your experience? What is the emotion when you are stuck in a rut? Because I really experienced this, and I also, when going back to it, when I actually, after I got off of the rut, I was able to see what is happening, and I was able to confront myself, confront what happened, like why was I in that situation. And I remember it happened in 2018 and 2019. It happened for me for several times in the year. I was feeling stuck in the rut. Like, when you're driving and when you go to a sandy place and like hindi mo nakita na sandy na pala yun or maputik, muddy area, hindi mo nakita, dumiretso ka. Then, ayun na, nandun ka na sa sand, nandun ka na sa mud, hindi ka na makaalis. And kahit ano pang pihit or ano pang, alam mo yung press mo ng accelerator mo, hindi ka umaalis doon. Umiikot lang yung gulong mo. So, being stuck in a rut is like that. Um, you feel like you're doing something, you want to do something, but it's just that, ah, ang hirap umalis doon. So, but you don't like the feeling, you don't want to be there. So, what are the things that you can do? So, number one, focus on the steps you're going to take, not the outcome. So, this is very important. Like, of course, you know your outcome. But if you're going to focus in your outcome, you have think of this, you have a low confidence. And if you are going to think of the outcome, which is bigger than you as of the moment, you'll you'll be all the more that you know you'll be stuck, all the more that uh, you lose your trust in yourself. That is why my suggestion or my tip here is to actually take one step at a time. Focus on the step that you're going to take. So there, what do you do? Take the first step. Even if your feet feel so heavy, bring it up and step forward, even by a centimeter, by an inch. Just move, do something, take the first step. Next is there. If you've taken the first step, continue. Action helps restore confidence. And yeah, action is the cornerstone of confidence. If you do nothing, your confidence will not grow. If you do nothing, your confidence will not level up. It will not crank up. So if you want to crank up your confidence level, do something, do some action. So there is your action. It's going up. You you are not going to just take one step, but you're going to take a lot of steps going up, moving forward. So there, remember that if you want to get out of that rut, do something, act. Next is focus on your steps forward. So don't dwell on the things that you cannot control, um, but see the things that you can control. What are the things that you can control? I have here some examples. First is your positive attitude. So bring back that positive attitude. Smile, look in the mirror, smile. Start with that. So, yes, don't watch the news, the depressing news, or the saddening news. Find fun in things that you do at home. So, if you like cleaning, if you like cooking, if you have a gym at your home, start with that. start lifting some weights, so uh, some would say do some social distancing. Because when people around you are bringing you down, then again, we would always say that you should choose your ecology. Choose the people who you would be around with. Choose people who are positive and are encouraging and are going to celebrate you. So there, limit your social media exposure, or choose the things that you want to read, that you want to see, that you want to watch. And my last thing is be grateful. Um, write the things that you are grateful for, because these things you can control. You cannot. This. How about the things that you cannot control? You have to let them go. The idea of others, I mean, the comment of others, the feedback of others, especially if these are affecting you in your confidence, then let them go, because you cannot control the ideas of others, the comments of others. You cannot control how they would react. So there. And then lastly, get yourself a help. Hire a coach, talk to someone. Start with talking with someone that you can trust. And I would recommend, and if you cannot find that, I would always recommend to actually connect with Coach Rizal 0917-586-1661, or go to the Decaf Coffee Republic. And that is even better if you're stuck in a rut, and if you're near Metro Manila, if you're near Pasig City, then go to Decaf Coffee Republic. So during the time when I was in a rut, I that was 2018, but yeah, I went for an exercise actually. So there, get yourself some help, because help is available. So I know the feeling of being stuck in a rut, and I would like to help you with that. That is why I'm sharing these things. And if you ever experience in the future that you have low confidence and it's like spiraling down, like everything that is happening is like pulling you down, making you sink, then go back to this and apply them in your life and tell me what your experience is. So I hope you've learned and took something from this. So I would like to invite you in this course. So this wala. So I would like to invite you in this course. It's called Courageous Living Coaching Program. It's a 6 modules for 6 weeks, and you'll get 30 minutes coaching session every week. We'll schedule that, and I have a bonus for you: a gratitude e-journal. And at the end of the program, we'll have a 90-minute coaching session as a wrap up. So this courageous so I started with that. If you're feeling low, if you're having low confidence with yourself, take take this course, so that you're able to cope up with stress, you're able to cope up with challenges that will come in your life. And this is guided, because I will be there to guide you. So I've related to you that I have some tips. Actually, you can go to the internet and read some tips, but a lot of times we read these tips, but it's hard for us to actually apply it. Yes, we can read it, but we need someone to talk to. We need a human being to actually give us feedback. Feedback meaning um, to hear, to listen to us, and you know, to hear us, to hear us. Meaning, if you say something, you want someone to affirm, or you want someone to say that, to ask you question, if what you're really thinking is what you want. Because sometimes we have some things, we have a lot of things running in our head, um but it's not what we want. We have a programming in our head. We would always have that conversation, that scene in our head, But if someone could actually see that that is not your truth, then it will be a big help, because I've been there. And my invitation for you to take this course is that fight for the life you want. Be courageous and take that step. Because sometimes we just brush off things and we put blinders in our face, we put blinders in our mind, and you know, we don't look at the things that are pulling us down. But in the end, if we continue living like that, it is going to be detrimental to us. It's really hard to come up. So if you're imagining, we're talking about sinking and floating. So if you have sunk in the ocean floor that is really really deep, it's so hard for people to find you, for people to find that ship. So start now. If you have been around and looking for help, going to the internet, looking for free offerings, and you're still not implementing, you're still are sabotaging yourself, then it's time to take the courage and take this course. So if you want this course, connect with me. I'll show um, my details later. Because I want to leave you with this one. So this one, take charge. According to Brian Tracy, I got this from Brian Tracy. Take charge. You feel positive about yourself to the exact degree to which you feel you are in control of your own life. So my invitation for you is take charge. Even that one line, like if you feel like you're sinking, if you feel like you are out of control of your life, say that to yourself. Take charge. Hey self, take charge. Don't let things take charge of your life. That is your life. Take charge of it. The other person will also take charge of their lives. If you want to help others, take charge of your life first so that you become a better help for other people. And this one from Harry Hoover, if you have the courage to begin, you have the courage to succeed. Because sometimes we begin, but we self sabotage along the way. And if we have that, now is the time for you to finish something. Don't be opening all the boxes and not finishing anything. Finish something. Take courage to finish something. That is why I'm inviting you to this course, Courageous Living Coaching Program, that you become courageous in in dealing with changes, in dealing with challenges, and in dealing with roadblocks on the way to your success and in your life, in your day-to-day life. So there, make this a gift for yourself. um, you will thank yourself if you get this. If you will thank yourself, if one day you're a better person, if one day you're able to manage the things that is happening in yourself, in your environment, if one day you're able to manage your stresses that is causing you to have low confidence in yourself. So take courage, jump in, come in, send me a message through this one. My Facebook account is Cherry Minas. My Facebook page is Coach Chair, and my Facebook group where I am inviting you to be part of my community where transformation happens, the Delta FX Coaching Tribe. And this is my number, 0949-732-5568. So connect with me, and I'll see you. And let's have a conversation. So, as I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. So, number one is Be Learning e-card. I am inviting you to join and be part of the Be Learning journey for living smarter with monthly perks. I am part of this and that is why I'm inviting you. So, yes, last May, Master Coach A launched the Be Learning Society, the tent maker of Be Learning Home for Mental Fitness, and Decaf Coffee Republic is hosting the Be Learning e-card that unlocks opportunities for smarter living with monthly perks. First perk, you'll get 50% food and beverage discount from Decaf Coffee Republic. Your second perk is a mental model masterclass by Master Coach A happening every third Saturday of the month. And your third perk is a 90-minute coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. For this month's mental model masterclass, it will be happening on July 17 at 7 p.m. Philippine time. And Master Coach A will teach us the 80-20 mental model mastery. It's exciting. Learn the mental model behind the 80-20 rule and discover how you can apply it in almost every area of your life and accelerate your success. You got no more time to waste. So for individuals to intend to embark on a journey of becoming a certified life coach like me, like all the other coaches, Master Coach A now offers co-actively co-create life coach certification program. And this is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life so that success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. It includes 21-day web-based learning, 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. The program package also comes with many other bonuses. So connect now with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities waiting for you in this profession. Do join us for another coaching conversation later with Coach Rizal for coaching for purposeful living at 4 p.m. Once again, this is Coach Cherry Minas from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Bye bye.